Okay, so I just want to start this video by saying I just finished Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 last week, and oh my god, Toby Fox cooked. I genuinely have so many new theories, and I'm surprised that my second theory in this channel could have genuinely been right. I consider the video copium. I don't even know how you could have predicted that. Also, this video obviously a major spoiler for both of the chapters, so let's suggest clicking out now if you have not finished them. Onto the theory now though, I believe I may have figured out the final part of Deltarune's prophecy, which is also where Deltarune will end as a whole. As we know, Deltarune's prophecy is a major part of the overall narrative of the game due to how it affects everything as a whole, and the fact that Gerthen's book Lord of the Hammer and Dragon Blazers 3 both based off of said prophecy. Now, we also all know that there are three heroes in Deltarune's prophecy: a human, Chris, a monster, Susie, and a prince in the dark. Or that's what we're supposed to think, right? I think the three main characters of this game could always be placeholders as of now. Rousey and Chris is a little confusing, however we'll get to them later. What we want to focus on for now is Susie. In both chapters 3 and 4, we learn a lot about Susie. How she's always lonely and never got close to anyone because it always ended up the same way. How she was never picked for anything as a kid and was always the odd one out, which resulted in the rude and careless nature we saw in chapter 1. And how she's a completely different person both because of her character development and the fact that she was finally picked for something, that being the prophecy, or so she thought. I think that Susie is not the girl for the prophecy. In fact, even though I said that Noelle is the angel last video, I now believe that I was wrong. She was supposed to be the human and the prince, however something went wrong and now the prophecy's off track. Now let's take a look at the weird route. Isn't it weird? Haha, get it? Weird. I hate my life. But isn't it weird that we're trying to get so close to the Melonstead route? I believe that Deltarune's main route, we're going off track and shifting the prophecy from what it's supposed to be, possibly creating a new prophecy, or a new ending if you would say. What I believe the prophecy is getting rid of the Dark World forever by sealing Castletown itself. Because as we know, Castletown is the core Dark World which powers every other Dark World. Sealing Castletown would most likely prevent any of the Dark Worlds from being made and stop everything that's been going on with Chris, the Shelter, and even the Roaring Knight, who I believe is Des. The reason why I believe this is because of what Susie says right before sealing Chapter 4's Dark World. She mentions wanting tomorrow to be the same as yesterday, and the day after that too. We know she's not talking about before her and Chris discover the Dark Worlds, since in that same conversation she brings continuing to be friends with Rousey too. Knowing Susie, even if she is unaware of Noelle being the girl of the prophecy, she would not want to let go of being a hero since she had not been picked for anything else before. Now, this is also where things do get a little shaky. I believe that not only is Susie not meant to be the girl of the prophecy, both Chris and Rousey are not meant to be a part of it either. We first start chapter 1 in Deltarune, we're instructed to create a vessel with human form, at least until the connection is severed. We're thrown into Chris's body, presumably by Kara. Rousey is also a little suspicious, but I don't believe he's evil, and he knows about the prophecy, but do we really know if he is the prince? I believe it would be a much more compelling story if Deltarune is about three misfits who are not meant to fulfill the prophecy, and instead break it, chaining fate, creating a new ending for themselves and the world. Gerthen in chapter 4 has also placed his faith in Susie, most likely to know that she is capable of picking up the pen and writing a new chapter. You know what else is weird? He only goes over 5 chapters during his fight and says there was a 6, but stops there. I believe Deltarune's weird route will end in chapter 6, we are fulfilling the original prophecy with Noelle. But in the main route, Susie will pick up the pen like Gerthen instructed and become more than what was supposed to be a key hero in the prophecy by changing fate in the ending to Deltarune itself, saving both the Light World and the Dark World, allowing them to coexist. As always though, like I said in the last video, I don't take anything I say too seriously, because it could easily be disproven by Toby in any of the upcoming chapters. That was my crackhead theory though. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll probably have more soon. Bye.